everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of the podcast, and I hope you're all safe and well wherever you are.
Yep.
And today's episode, I'll let Amaan explain what's going to happen, but it's basically going to be about our lives in 25 years. So I'll hand over to you to explain a bit more.
So basically, this episode's going to go like this. We're going to have 10 topics which we're going to go through. We're each going to have our opinion on what we think it's going to be like in 25 years. And then at the end, we're going to have a little segment where we're talking about ourselves and where we think we are going to be in 25 years and what we think life is going to be like for us.
So yeah, without further ado, let's go.
Let's start off with technology.
Yeah, okay.
So what do you think technology is going to be like in 25 years?
I mean, the possibilities are endless, really. Like, we've already got amazing stuff now.
Yeah.
You're getting new devices each year, like from like big companies like Apple, Samsung, those sort of things. So I mean, the opportunities of technology are pretty much endless, really, I feel.
What do you think is going to be big? Do you think Apple's still going to be like the biggest smartphone company in 25
I don't
years?
know, because Apple, like, even though they're like well known, they're a good company, they're trusted, like, they're not actually the best, like, in terms of like the specs that they have. So
Yeah.
I don't know, if another company can get the trust that like Apple have at the moment, then you never know what could happen.
Yeah, it's all about establishing themselves.
What do you think about like obviously like devices around your house, like now, especially now you have like the Amazon Alexa, you have the Echo, which can control like lighting.
Yeah, I
like
think
music,
that's going to be very heavy in 25 years. I think there'll be a lot more of it, and it'll be a lot more computerized around the house.
Yeah, you know, like the ideas of like, I mean, I heard this idea like, or there are things like there's like people have like toasters where you can like select like a coffee machine. You can select how you want your toast, like how if you want it really burned, obviously you can have it. I don't know who would have it really burned, but
some people like it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so technology really endless possibilities. So
you never know, because I think we can flip this question and be like, if you ask someone what was technology like 25 years ago, and what they thought it was going to be like today, they wouldn't predict anything.
No, they wouldn't. No,
especially a self-driving car.
It's moved so like hugely in this like.
Exactly.
Even in the past like 15 years, it's moved hugely. So
it just keeps.
It will, yeah, exactly. So I think we'll go to the next topic now.
Okay, so sports in 25 years.
Okay, that's obviously a big one because, I mean, obviously we all love sports now, and as you get older, you have more time to watch sports. You love sport, yeah. So I think I'll start off with like obviously you got video assistant referee, VAR. You have like in cricket you have like obviously like the fourth umpire or whatever. Yeah, third umpire. That's it, not fourth umpire. I mean, yeah, don't worry. But you have Hawkeye in tennis, I think it is. So obviously these are technology that's used in sport already.
Yeah.
And it can only get better, really. Like.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously there's like controversy over like certain things, but I mean, it does work at the end of the day, and it does get the right decisions. So like.
Yeah, I just wish they utilised it more.
Yeah, I know. I think that will come though. Maybe in like
Over
25.
time, yeah.
Imagine in like 25 years, like the whole entire game is controlled by like. There's no need for people to officiate.
But don't you feel like having every decision made by like robots and computers might end up ruining the sport?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I think you can get that balance where it's sort of controlled by humans, but then also you got that assist from like technology.
Yeah.
So I think you can get that balance. And also like in terms of sport, I just want to go like, because obviously like, health is a huge thing like now. Obviously we just had the Dubai 30-30 like fitness challenge.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think in 25 years? Do you think like people like be as keen in going out in like doing exercise outside?
I think there still will be. I think there'll be more like gyms and stuff, and more that you can do at your own house rather than going to a physical gym.
Yeah.
Although I still feel like a gym itself does motivate you in a different way to just doing exercise at your house. But I also think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for people with like disabilities or like setbacks.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there'll be like robotics and stuff which will allow people to
I think there's already sort of like inventions coming.
Like the Paralympics.
Yeah, the Paralympics is a huge thing. I mean, I actually watched quite a bit of it. Like I used to obviously when the Olympics was happening, it didn't happen this year. I think it was meant to happen this year, but the Paralympics is a good because it's like it really like. It sort of like humbles you and shows how really you can do anything.
And I think it's quite cool to see how these people, even though the setback they've had, they're still getting to the level they're at now.
Yeah, and their motivation to get it done.
I'm not going to lie, some of them are still better than me.
They're all better than me, I tell you that. They're all better than me. So anyway, should we go to the next topic now?
All right. Yeah. Ooh, this is a good one actually. Social media.
Social media. Okay, this is probably the biggest one.
Okay, let's start off with a question. Do you think Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, do you think they're going to be still be the three main ones, or?
No, I don't think so. No, I think there'll be a new, because obviously you got TikTok coming out now,
TikTok, yeah.
which is huge. I mean, I would say if you go up to someone in the street our age,
yeah.
most, like, 9 times out of 10 they'll know who it is, know what it is. I mean,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, to be honest, I think nowadays people know more about TikTok than they do about like Facebook.
Yeah, definitely. I think Facebook's for an older. Obviously, it was invented a lot longer ago in terms of technology and social media.
The target market's completely different.
Exactly, it's shifted with it. Like my mum, dad, my grandparents use Facebook.
They all use Facebook.
I don't use Facebook really, so it's like that generational thing. But no, I do think there'll be new social media apps coming out and will change the way that people live life, and that links back to like the fitness and health thing. Will people be as like what's the right word, like motivated to go outside, and when they could just have everything they want inside and with social media?
And I think what else is quite interesting, have you seen the latest update on the Instagram app, how they have the shopping thing at the bottom?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah,
so
I've seen that. Yeah,
you can kind of see that Instagram's trying to like change its app and turn it into more of one which people can go and advertise their businesses on. I think bring that aspect onto it.
I think a lot of these like social media sites have become more professional and more built for professional companies, because obviously it's a huge market and the possibilities.
Yeah, I think companies are realizing that they can reach out to their customers a lot more easier and more efficiently through these platforms.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
Rather than having a billboard on the side of Shakespeare.
I mean, we're doing these, posting them on YouTube. We're going to have a way better opportunity of reaching it than just if we post it on like Teams or like something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just a limited like audience. So, yeah.
But I think social media is just going to be one platform which keeps growing. There'll be new ones coming in every day and then going away. And it's one of those things. It just goes in a cycle. Right?
It is. Yeah. It's just it is. And I mean, we're all going to use it in the future. It's a huge part of our life. But it's getting that balance of it being not overtaking like the importance.
One kind of social media / technology thing we didn't mention was like Zoom.
I mean, they've helped us obviously massively this year, like things like Teams, Zoom, obviously with online learning, so it's been hugely important. But yeah, I think you can use it to your advantage, but when it gets to the point where it's too much, then obviously you have to just...
it can result in like stuff like cyberbullying.
Yeah, remember what you need to go back and remember like the most important things in life, and so I think let's move on now.
All right, transport.
Transport, okay.
So what do you think? What kind of transport do you think will be out in 25 years?
I think all cars will be electric, or most cars will be electric, because obviously you've got like petrol and diesel are already like non-renewable. They're already they're getting lower and lower each year, the amount we have. Yeah. So I feel like electric is the way to go.
I also think that trains will be a lot faster, or metros.
Yeah.
They'll be a lot faster and they'll get you from A to B in like seconds, really.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it was here, or I don't know who told me, but I think there was a train that they were testing in America, and it goes at like 200 or 300 kilometers per hour,
speed,
which is very fast. I think it takes you from Dubai to Abu Dhabi in like
it's
20
crazy.
minutes.
It's crazy. And I think linking to that as well, obviously you've got flight and like plane travel. That could be even quicker as well. Like you never know. You could obviously I do the trip from the UK to Dubai.
Yes, around.
And it takes about 7 hours. 6.5 if you're lucky. And
if you're lucky,
And obviously that could be sped up a lot, like with a better engine.
And not only that, the actual interior of these planes will just improve.
Oh yeah.
Because I think like, for example, maybe like 25 years ago, they might not have those screens and stuff inside the planes, whereas now they obviously do.
Yeah. So I think in terms of transport, it's just going to get better and get more efficient. I mean, that's the...
But that's what you'd hope to see in 25 years. You wouldn't want to see it do a U-turn and go backwards.
No, I mean, if it does that, then...
There's another issue.
Yeah. So, that's for transport.
Okay, fashion. What do you think fashion's going to be like in 25 years?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fashion connoisseur nowadays. And I don't think I will be in 25 years, but I'm sure, obviously, there'll be a lot of new trends, a lot of
I guess trends
styles.
just keep coming and going, right?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
But what I would say, in 25 years, I think there might be more digital clothing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
like for example, your shoes, you can maybe like not only like customize them, like I think Nike started this actually. You can literally go on the website and customize your shoes, and then order them. So it's kind of already started, but I'm thinking more along the lines of your shoes will be digital. You can literally have an app on your phone where you can just decide what kind of shoe you want to have.
Yeah.
And it'll just change.
Yeah, in terms of that also, that I know there's a football boot you can get which links to like what you do outside. Like you can go and play football with it in, and it can track like your activity.
Something to do with FIFA,
it's linked
right?
to FIFA. Yeah, it is linked to FIFA. So you can use that, and you can obviously track that. So I think the possibilities of that for fitness as well are really, really promising. So.
And I think even like manufacturing these clothes and stuff will only become more effective.
Well, yeah.
As in it'll just be more quicker to produce all this stuff.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So I think in terms of fashion, that's it. Just trendier and
food and drink.
Food and drink. It's a tough one because.
Do you think McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, those kind of stuff will still be around in 25 years?
Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, I think they're well-established companies and people rely on them a lot and love to eat them. So.
And I think especially like I saw McDonald's and Burger King, I think as well. They're trying to diversify what they sell.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing more like plant-based products and stuff like this. Because obviously you need to try, if you want to be that big or be number one, you need to sell to everyone.
That's what I was going to say. I think these companies are becoming more healthier, more like vegan, vegetarian aware.
Yeah.
So I think they are starting to change because they need to change because people are not going to accept as well like the fattier food that they offer.
Because even now when you go into like Carrefour, for example, you'll go to a certain section and they'll literally just be like organic food.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I think that's a really big thing, and lots of companies are realizing
I think
that now.
Also in terms of like, I know that there's already food nowadays where you can get it's made plant-based fully, but it tastes the same as meat because obviously there's a lot of like obviously meat's not it's not renewable resource like you have to get it from animals at the end of the day. So, but obviously plants you can grow, it's a much easier process.
And that kind of links back to what we were talking about in the previous episode with the Subway thing. Yeah. How you need to make sure you know what you're eating and everyone's becoming a bit more health conscious. So that's what I think. Food's only going to become more healthy. And
I think
grow in
so,
that kind of aspect.
Yeah, I think that's it for that really.
Okay, so like online gaming now.
Okay, online gaming. I think again it's only going to get more important in people's lives and more and better quality. I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've already got like the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, and then the PS5.
Coming out. And I mean, have you getting the PS5?
Yeah, I'll probably get it.
I'm gonna get it. I've already got my Xbox, so I'm ready for the next gen.
I think even games like FIFA. Do you think FIFA's still gonna be around in 25 years?
I mean, I hope so.
What FIFA will it be? FIFA 45? FIFA 46?
I can't, something like that. Yeah, about that. I can't even imagine.
I think when we were talking about the fashion, we mentioned those shoes about how you can literally go outside, do kick-ups, and then link to the game. I'm hoping that's in place in 25 years. Because I think that will link to like career mode, if anyone knows about career mode. Yeah. It'll link to that, and that'd be interesting.
I think obviously also there's going to be a lot of new games coming around. Obviously, we've seen the rise of lots of like little independent companies like becoming huge multi-billion-pound companies.
Well, we saw it with Fortnite. Nobody thought Fortnite was going to come. But that game took everyone by storm.
Epic Games are obviously a huge company making a lot of games.
And then like Among Us has just come out. That was a very big game.
I think mobile gaming is a really important. I think people overlook it. It's an important aspect because people are always on their phone.
I think to be honest, I think if you speak to the older generation, they think gaming and stuff is not good because it's like, it's distracting you from this, it's distracting you from that. But I think at the same time, the gaming itself is such a good way for people to get away from what they're doing, and it allows you. Like I play with my friend in like Scotland and stuff.
Exactly, that's the most important thing.
It gets you to play with other people from around the world and get to keep in touch with everyone.
Yeah, I'll give you a question now. What do you think of like virtual reality linking to games in the future?
I think virtual reality will be a big thing. I think it's only going to grow.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to my cousin, and he was like, "There's these gloves and stuff now where you can." Say you're going somewhere, you can literally feel the items.
Yeah, it's
mental. So it's quite cool. You can literally feel like you're holding the gun and shooting the gun
crazy,
and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool how it's growing. And at the moment it's quite expensive, but I think once the demand of it increases and more people...
Yeah, it's like anything though. Once demand increases, the price has to drop.
The price is going to drop and then it'll become more affordable.
Yeah, so I think gaming's only going to get better quality, and hopefully more fun.
Yeah, and maybe, you never know, there might be like a cinema kind of thing where it's like a virtual reality cinema.
Maybe, yeah.
Where you literally live in the movie.
We can only hope.
That'd be quite cool, actually. Okay, so fitness and well-being.
We've already sort of covered it, but I had an idea when we were thinking about like sport, but obviously you've seen the rise. You've seen like people like Joe Wicks online like taking up a huge part, like doing PE lessons while people are online learning, and that really like creates the idea, like for me, like why would people go to the gym when they can just work out from home using a fitness video? Like,
yeah, that's a very actually good point. I think for me, going to the gym and having that personal trainer, I think because it's there in person, you never from a YouTube video you might not get that one-to-one kind of connection. Yes, it's good for the general health, and if you just want to keep your health at a good level, it's good to just watch the videos and stuff. Like, for example, if you're doing boxing, football, anything, just go on YouTube, search how do I do this, how do I do that, how to improve in defending, stuff like that. But I think one-to-one is just a completely different thing. However, if it's like one-to-one online call, that might be an interesting aspect.
Yeah, I think in terms of well-being as well, obviously that's a hugely important thing in the world we're living in at the moment. People are, especially with current situation like lockdown, people are becoming more aware of like mental health and issues surrounding that. So I feel like it could work two ways in the future. Obviously, there could be a much bigger awareness for mental health and that sort of aspect of well-being. But on the other hand, things like linking to technology more could maybe keep people in that false reality, and then cause them to become more locked in of like what's not real in life. And if you get what I mean,
I guess that's the danger aspect of it.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, I'm sure someone will have, I'm sure it'll be covered in the future, and some people will realise that this isn't right way to live life, like just being fixed to our screens the whole time.
Yeah, because I think, for example, even for example, us in 25 years, we're going to look back and we'll see what like people our age are doing, and we're going to be like, why are they doing this? I think that's always going to be a factor that plays, because you never understand entirely what they're thinking. Because for example, our parents, if they just come home, they see us like, how are you so into this game and stuff. They're a bit confused. I think that's going to be like us in 25 years.
Yeah, probably, 100%.
But the next topic is healthcare.
Again, only going to get better. Obviously, the current situation we're in is obviously, as unfortunate as it is, I think it's made us all more aware of like our hygiene, our like health, and it's obviously made like healthcare like obviously more like work a lot harder.
I think people have realised the kind of where we need to improve in the healthcare industry. Like for example, in the UK, the NHS, I think people have realised that it's not as big and it doesn't have the backing that it needs. So I think small things like that is actually, I don't know, in a way it's kind of improving our healthcare system, this whole pandemic thing.
Yeah, and obviously we've seen like the trouble of getting the vaccine for like COVID, but do you think like we'll need vaccinations in the future? Will it be a lot simpler of a process? Because
I think there'll be easier ways to identify the vaccine and find a solution for these big pandemics and stuff. And I think another thing I want to mention is that 3D printing, I think, is going to be a massive thing in the health industry, as in 3D printing bones, maybe even certain body parts. I think that's going to be a very important part.
Yeah, I think healthcare can only get better. It can only get. I think people are becoming more aware as well, which hopefully means that we don't have to rely on healthcare as much to support us. Because I don't necessarily think this will be the last pandemic we live in our lifetime.
No, 100%
because
not. I think there's bound to be another one, especially when we look at all these food and stuff like that, the amount of chemicals and stuff. Obviously, I think everyone has it, but like it's hard to avoid these kind of stuff now.
It is,
but then at the end of the day, it's bound to happen at one point. There's going to be something's going to come along and hit
I suppose if 2020's made us more aware of like something, it's made us more aware of these things can happen in the space of like a month or two.
I don't think anyone on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day thought this was going to be the year we're going to have. We're going to be.
I don't think I'd be sat here with masks on.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just thought we'd be able to just chill out without a mask.
Yeah. If anyone handed me a mask in like 2019
like,
and
what
said,
do you
walk
do?
around in the mall with this on,
What are you
I'd
doing?
be like, hello?
Yeah, exactly. So, no, healthcare can only get better, and hopefully for us, yeah.
Okay, and the last one,
Okay.
education.
Education, obviously, big one. We're in the school right now,
Yeah.
so obviously, with the current circumstances, obviously online learning is a huge thing. That's I think the school and the whole of GEMS in general has done really well in terms of the
with the
online learning.
Online teaching and
Yeah,
then through Zoom and Teams.
It's been a huge success, I would say, because it's allowed us to, even though it's not the best education we could get as if we would get in school, it's allowed us to keep on track with the work, allow us to get that content and be a lot ahead of other countries in the world, including the UK.
Especially speaking to family in the UK and stuff, when this pandemic started and they went off school, they didn't really have that online learning.
No.
So coming back at the start of this year, there was a lot to catch up on. Whereas I think we kind of just felt, okay, let's just go back.
We're in a great position out here that we've had that online learning. We've covered the content that a lot of people haven't. So we're in a good position. I mean, hopefully, education in the future, people will learn that online is not necessarily a bad thing, and it shouldn't be necessarily thought as the last option, if you get what I mean.
But I think the only thing that factors in with online education is the fact that not everyone can afford it.
Yeah.
So when you think about it from that sense, yes, for us it's like, why wouldn't we do online? It's quite easy. We just chill at home. We've got our laptop,
devices,
phone,
whatever.
iPad,
obviously.
there's TV, everything. But whereas some people might not have the facilities and stuff to do that, especially when your whole family is, say you have one laptop or one desktop and your whole family is at home trying to use that one desktop, it's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work, no.
So I think it's a difficult one to say for everyone, but I think personally, I did enjoy it. I think it did work for me.
It worked for me as well, and it really helped with my independence, and I feel that for now, going into university,
it kind of gives you a taste to university.
Exactly, I think now for university next year, I'm a lot more prepared, and that idea of being dependent on my own ability to learn and my own ability to revise.
Teaching yourself almost.
Yeah, so I think online learning is definitely a possibility in the future for education. Yeah. Any other things?
Yeah, so I think let's just end it up by saying a bit about what we think is going to be like for ourselves in 25 years.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. So in 25 years, what do I want to do? So I'm hoping that I'd be, because I'm going into business marketing in university. Cross my fingers, I'll get a offer.
You got one yet or not?
Not yet.
You'll get it soon.
Still hoping on it.
Yeah, you'll get it soon.
But yeah, no. In 25 years, I hope to finish university.
Yeah.
Maybe do my masters, depending on what I'm thinking, and then just go on to kind of set up my own business. Because what I've wanted to do is don't want to really work for someone.
Yeah.
I kind of always just wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of being an entrepreneur, set up my own thing, and then just to see how far I can take that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Are you still going to be supporting Man U when they're in the League Two in 25 years?
Staying strong. Maybe Bradford City and Man United will be in the same league.
They might play. Who are you going to support if they play each other?
Oof, that's a tough one actually. Probably Bradford to be honest. But yeah.
I mean, I would definitely take Bradford over Man U. But anyway, I mean, for me, obviously I'm going to university. I hope to get a good degree out of that, and then go into a job where I can, obviously,
What course are you doing?
I'm doing actuarial science, which is linked to becoming an actuary. So I sort of want to go into that. Do you know what that means? Any of that?
Nope.
No. I didn't know what it meant really until I looked it up.
Tell us a bit about it.
Really? You want me to tell you what it's about? It's a bit boring.
Save it for another episode.
I'll save it for another time, yeah. But yeah, so I just want to go into a profession like that. I want to work for a big company, hopefully earn a nice amount of money where I can have a family, have some children, just settle down and live the lovely life everyone pictures. So yeah.
Yours is a completely different answer to mine.
It was. I feel like my answer was a lot more. Yours was a lot more about yourself.
I'm kind of talking about what I want to achieve. Yeah.
You just want to be on your own, though.
No. I was just saying, let's see when the time comes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that I'm also. I mean, I could say I'm going to become a professional footballer and live that life.
Yeah, but we just want to be realistic, don't we?
I felt that. No, when I have no, I'm joking. I'm not going to be a professional footballer, and I don't want to be really. I'll be honest. Actually, no, I wouldn't mind being, but I talk
I
too
think
much.
we're
So
anyway, yeah.
I think.
So yeah, 25 years is very interesting.
It will be nearly coming up to. Like,
how old would we be? 30 something?
Yeah, about that probably. I can't. No, we'll be about 40 something. Like
Okay, yeah,
early 40s.
Well, you'd assume you'd have a family by then.
Well, you want to be on your own.
Yeah,
You want to be on your own business. So I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do. Anyway,
yeah.
We'll cut it there before we could probably talk for ages about what we're gonna do in the future. But we'll cut it there while we can. Thank you all for watching. If you obviously leave in the comments any ideas that you have on your topic. Where do you see yourself in 25 years? And obviously make sure to like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you next week for more content.
Yeah, sure.
Goodbye.
See ya.
See ya.